Hello people, I'm Vito, and welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom with Robberlink.
Hello.
Alright, where we last left off, we reached Scott, but then suddenly he pulled some magic out of his butthole and took over the minds of Taya, Bakura, and Joey. So now we're back in the Beasty Badlands to try and rescue Taya before she ends herself in a sacrifice to end the world, which was a sudden escalation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, so I've already started moving people out, so I think we're about to initiate some fights here and up there.
Yep.
Alright, I think we've seen some of these monsters before. Oh, they have a giant soldier of stone of their own.
I can't even see what that one in the back is.
I think it's that Queen Elf of the Leaves or something. I think we fought one before. Queen of Autumn Leaves. Okay.
Huh.
And then the Millennium Golem and Giant Soldier of Stone, which is far weaker than ours. Actually, okay, by like 200 HP. And a significant amount of attack because the silver bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I keep forgetting. Okay, yeah, they don't have items. It's like I look at their names, but not their items. Alright, I'll take out you because you appear to be the tankiest.
Wouldn't it make sense to go for the weaker ones first then?
I don't know. I just imagine if they have the most HP, they might also have the most attack.
You can literally check.
I guess. Okay, I guess it would be... maybe the elf has the most attack. Alright, fine.
And lesser defense, so yeah. Go for the glass cannons first.
Sometimes I don't feel like doing that much thinking.
That is valid. Sometimes you're just like, just smack something.
Yeah. The HP is more of just an arbitrary decision-making tool. Not a strategic thing. Alright, that should be enough.
It's like when a game congratulates you on winning via superior tactics, and you're like, what tactics? I just bashed my head against the wall till it broke.
Yeah.
Basically.
And eventually it worked. Was that a miss? No. Okay. I didn't see an animation at first.
Yeah, that was aiming for the centaur.
The Mystic Horseman. But apparently not. Alright, I'm looking at my notes. So, I was actually wondering, because we mentioned last episode, the quick play magic cards that you can activate during your opponent's turn, are they really any different from trap cards then? And then I was thinking, are you technically allowed to activate traps on your own turn? Because there are cards like Reinforcements and Castle Walls that just increase either the attack or defense of your monster for a turn. Kind of like a one-turn equip card.
I think I remembered those, actually.
Yeah, they were in like every starter deck.
No, like I can actually see them in my mind. Like the splash art, kind of. Like when you said that, it's like, oh, memory unlocked.
Yeah. Well, when I say starter decks, you had one of them, and I had...
I know, but that was still like
yeah,
over a decade ago.
Probably more like 2 decades ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were in like every starter deck.
Okay.
So you would have seen your own and mine, probably.
It's just still surprised me that I have them in my memory at all.
Yeah, I think the Castle Walls is the barricade art for this. So yeah, there are booklets for the rules that I think I still have some of, even though I don't know where my extra cards are. I think I do still have at least one instruction booklet I could look through.
I would imagine that trap cards can only be activated, like, under a certain condition. Whereas a magic card is, you know, you can choose to, like, withhold it if you're waiting for a better opportunity, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Other than that, yeah, they do seem like very similar.
There was another rule I wasn't sure about. I think it's if a monster card is in face down defense position, if you want to change its position, can you flip it up into face up defense position and not into face up attack position? Because I feel like I remember a friend or something saying, no, you can't do that if I just wanted to flip it over into face up defense from face down defense. But I'm not sure if that's actually how it works or not.
I'm not sure either.
Alright, that was easy. Win. Give me gold. I require gold.
We require funding for the war effort.
Indeed. 300. And nothing open there. Alright. Down to here. Now, let's see how many moves Mai has.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Just a freaking massive amount of stars. Oh, and this is a duplicate.
So they have no medicine?
Correct. Here, what's their attack? Okay, it's almost the same. I guess go after a noodle.
Yeah. Since they're a bit less tanky.
Also, I don't imagine the actual cards have any reference to specific names of these harpies. Whereas here it said, you know, one was like Arrow, one was Occupite or Occupity or something. So I wonder where that is established first, that they have those specific names.
I may have asked this already, but did the anime come before the card game? Or was it the other way around?
I'm not sure, but I think there was the very first thing would have probably been the manga. So like basically the, you know, book form.
Yeah. It's just a question of, like, I'm just wondering.
Yeah. We'd probably have to...
Did they make the card game based off of this series, or did they make the series to promote the card game?
Yeah, I imagine it would be manga first, but then I don't know if it's then the card game and then the anime, or the anime then the card game. And then keep in mind there's also the older anime series.
Older than the Yu-Gi-Oh one?
Like, older than the one we're watching. It's the one where I mentioned, like, Joey, you actually see him... The stuff that they flash back to where he, like, threw one of the puzzle pieces.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they were up against, like, that big bully or something. And also Yugi then completing the puzzle.
Okay.
And then Teo working at the restaurant. Those are all things that are from that untranslated older series.
Got it. Got it. It's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah.
Card game lore goes deep.
Yeah, I want to say in that older anime, the cards were always white background. And I imagine that's, you know, how it looked in the manga because it's usually colorless. So that old anime may have then come before the card game. And then maybe the card game came out and then the new series that we're watching. That might be the order, but I don't know.
Okay. So I think you win this.
I should. You know, I might just barely.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one.
We can squeak it out.
You only have... like 14 moves left. Yeah, I don't know if you can do this.
I might as well not even heal because I can just leave her in the fort for a bit.
Yeah.
This will be probably a pretty short one. And because I don't really need to focus on what I'm doing, I can just keep attacking. We can actually, you know, focus on talking a bit more. Let's see, what is next? Okay, so... Another thing was... Tea's Dark Witch. it's a light monster, which again probably doesn't make sense, kind of like Guiltia being light, even though it's like the D stands for dark. It is because they changed the name. It was originally Valkyrie, and it makes sense that Valkyrie is a light monster. And that's probably also why it's a fairy and not a spellcaster, despite being called a witch.
Not sure why they went with Dark Witch then.
Yeah, they probably were just trying to think of something quickly, you know?
Do you have anyone going to that last town?
I don't believe so. Do I have anyone left that I haven't sent out? Oh my god, the water snake is so slow.
Jeez.
Well, that is the thing. Remember the movement types. There is ground, air, and water. Water is the slowest, but it's immune to cannons.
I mean, honestly, I had forgotten that.
Yeah, it's that S probably for C. Okay, you're just gonna go very slowly then. I guess in the meantime we'll...
Might get there before the timer goes out.
Alright. Yugi, intimidate Taya.
Stand outside the castle menacingly.
Yeah. These are the ruins of a temple dedicated to some unknown deity.
Great Scott.
Indeed. You know what, let's see if Tristan gets there first. Yeah, I think he might get there first.
It's a race.
And then, excuse me, on to episodes 26 and 27. That's where
Kaiba and Pegasus meet and fight.
Yeah, you mentioned that. It was pretty messed up, the whole using Mokuba as like a condition to use the dual disc, just to force Kaiba to not use it. I'm not sure exactly what the advantage would be, although it does seem like it's possible that it changes the rules if you use it. But I'm not sure, because it seemed like maybe at some point during the Yugi Kaiba rematch, it seemed like when he took back the disc to start his turn, he was able to like recall a monster. I think the Dark Magician at some point. I'm not sure if that's actually how it worked.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But yeah, normally you don't just recall a monster to your hand or anything, and I'm not sure if that's exactly how it was working or not. Okay, what are these? Okay, Hunter Spider, which, yeah, I mentioned we saw, but it's different from Jirai Gumo. Dragon Seeker, I remember seeing the card of this. And Basic Insects, and it doesn't have that item that gave it the ability to, like, do an attack against everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we saw this one before, but I remember the card of it.
Looks pretty strong.
Huh, yeah, level 20 compared to 17 and 14, okay.
I just meant its stats are like almost 3,000 each.
Yeah, but mine should be way better. Haha. Well, we know who to focus. Oh yeah, and we also saw Parrot Dragon, Dark Rabbit, and Bakuri Box in use, which we saw in this game.
Bakuri Box?
It's the Jack-in-the-Box thing.
Oh yeah.
And I mentioned Bakuri means something in Japanese related to, like, surprise.
Yeah, I forgot about that, because I don't think I ever saw Pegasus send it out.
Yeah, that's right. It just kind of came out of the Toon World card. They didn't show him summoning it.
Yeah.
I assume, like, it was that turn he just summoned it and didn't say so, but that doesn't make it an illegal move or anything. It's just summon Bakuri Box and attack.
Yep.
But just Bakuri Box, attack.
Also, I will say, I do like how, like, carefree and flamboyant he acts when in a duel. Like, oh, well, I guess I'll play this card. Yeah, I guess that's the best I can do. Oh, wait. I have a whole master plan.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I don't know if I can survive that. It's like, wait, I may have spoken too soon.
Like, it's hilarious to me just because of how over dramatic he is.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're a villain and you're doing some pretty messed up things, but that is pretty funny.
Another thing I wanted to mention is, at some point, every magic card and whatever ends up being called a spell card, and I wonder if that's like a trademark thing because of Magic the Gathering.
Huh.
I don't know when it will happen. Maybe by like season 2 or 3. Because I think there's a 3rd season in the original series that we're watching. I'm not positive though. But yeah, there was a booster pack called Magic Ruler. And I think that also got renamed to Spell Ruler. So if at some point they suddenly start saying spell cards, that's why. What the heck just happened? Well, Tristan left, so he's safe. Oh, first it disappeared for a sec. I thought they just nuked it out of orbit.
Did they just set it to neutral, or what?
I don't know, but as soon as I have a moment, I'm going to leave every base for that reason. Because I do not
Probably a good idea.
I don't feel like getting zapped at the moment.
You can't plane dash. We're not out on the plains. Stupid.
Okay, they have the 2 monsters that can be fused. And they have a polymerization, but I'm over level now. I don't frickin' care. I'm just gonna focus the middle one because it's actually stronger. Oh, it was guarding. Wait, what are your stats? Okay, this one's just kind of weak. Okay, but you're not. Murder him. Friggin' crit.
Nice. It basically became a normal attack.
And now you miss.
Weak.
Yeah, I don't know if there was actually any legal filings or anything that led to that change, or if they just did it preemptively. I never heard anything about it, but I just figure that's probably the reason why. Because why else would they suddenly change magic cards to being called spell cards?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Doesn't seem like something they would do unprompted.
It's kind of funny how often... Wait, what?
I killed the one that wasn't part of the fusion.
Oh, okay. I thought the middle one was... Okay. I thought the one with the polymerization wasn't part of it.
No, it was the one on the right.
Okay. I was confuzzled.
Sorry, were you gonna say something else?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's kind of just saying, think about how a lot of things don't consider being a factor actually do matter. Like, the whole avoiding copyright things. Like, you wouldn't think about that when... I cannot word right now. Holy crap. Like, I have a point I want to make, but I don't know how to make it right now. My brain is just not doing it.
Take your time. I think this fusion monster, you know, it got a ton of moves, but I don't think it got a whole ton of speed, so I'm still getting my moves first. So it's only got like 2 of them. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it. Alright.
Nice polymerization, idiot.
It'd be a shame if I murdered it. Alright, have you figured out how to word your point?
No. I don't know, I just got to think about how, like, sometimes things actually do have to be reinvented because they can't use something that's already been, like, patented or copyrighted. And it's kind of funny because that means you inevitably end up with multiple ways to do the same thing.
Would you like to voice this?
They seem to be having a rough time of it. It's up to me now. Let's start out with a little warm-up. Bam! Heh. You might not have noticed, but I've turned time back by 1 day. And this time I'm going with you. Let's go.
Okay, the guide thing did not mention that you were here. A time wizard has joined your army. I guess it doesn't matter if I just collect everything then. I'll get it. Ugh.
Oh,
Excuse me. Alright,
time limit reset.
interesting. All right, everyone leave so that you do not get zapped, because I'm worried about that. And yeah, I got this already. Actually, I forgot to check, are the shops open?
I don't think any of them were.
I'll double check just to be safe. Oh yeah, Fizdis is still on the way. Because of course she is. Hold on. Hold on. By the time...
Does she know?
Yeah, by the time you frickin' get there, Tristan will be there. Okay, no, she actually got in. Alright, yeah, they're not open, and I do not know if I actually need to open up shop to find anything here, but oh well. I'll just have her leave again. Like, finally, I got here. Okay, now leave. What? Yeah, something I was gonna mention about the whole copyright thing. I guess, or trademarks, or whatever, trade names. I think if they're in completely different sectors, you're allowed to. Like, there's a lot of different companies called Delta. There's, like, the airlines. There's, I think, a couple of others. But apparently that's why Resident Evil is called Resident Evil, is because it's called Biohazard in Japan, but there's a band or something called Biohazard. So they couldn't use the name Biohazard, I guess.
Huh.
Alright.
Fascinating.
Yeah, you voiced Taya, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, go for it.
I will not let you interfere with Master Scott's plans.
Those aren't the monsters we gave you.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Because that means they can't be overleveled to the point that I put them. I mean, they could just give her really powerful monsters anyway.
Oh, that's one of the ones that Scott had 2 of.
Okay.
Right?
I think so, yeah. How bad is it? Okay, they are kind of high level because we were fighting like level 15-ish. And this is 24, 26, 24.
Embodiment of Apophis.
And then Dark Elf we know, and then Garuzis, yeah, we also know. Alright. Yeah, they are kind of strong.
Is that a Stargate reference?
It's like the concept of the Egyptian gods and whatnot, just foreign to you.
What's in Egypt?
Don't know. Yeah, I'm guessing I should probably target Dark Elf. Although,
Now I'm wondering if someone's insane enough to have tried to like write a fanfic crossover between Yu-Gi-Oh! And Stargate because of the Egyptian god thing.
interesting. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In space. Who knows, one of the, later series might do that. I don't know.
Just imagining the, oh, I forgot what they're called, the warrior ones. They use the staves. They are also weapons. I'm just imagining them walking around with, like, the deck thing. Like, I don't know, isn't there some sort of, like, mobile Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck thing?
The thing that's on their arm that's white.
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be, like, the next iteration of that disc thing that Kaiba wanted Pegasus to use. So it's like the dual
The
disc.
next generation.
Yeah, dual disc system 2.0 or something like that, probably.
There was a point behind all of this, I think.
We were talking about, like, the whole Egyptian
Yeah, that was
background.
it. Yeah.
That does remind me of something else I wanted to mention at some point. It is interesting how certain anime do sometimes have some sort of cultural, inspiration and reference to them. Yeah, in the case of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is very much Egyptian.
Yeah.
Shaman King was very interesting because it basically took from pretty much everything. It was, because that's the whole point. It's like all the different cultures have their different spiritualism forms and whatnot, but they always pretty much have some form of it.
Yeah, I don't really remember much about Shaman King. I don't even... I know there was one dude with, like, the Elvis Presley hair, kind of.
Oh, Ryo. Or in the Japanese version, that would be Ryu, which just means dragon. Yeah, he had the huge pompadour.
Yeah, that went out like a foot in front of his head.
Yeah. We could do a series kind of like this because there are 2 Game Boy Advance games of it.
I was
that
gonna say,
have.
I think, didn't we have like a Game Boy, like an old Game Boy game or something?
Yeah, there are 2 of them on Game Boy Advance. I have.
kind of vaguely remember one of them being like a side scroller.
I think they both are.
And
They're kind of Metroidvania-like.
yeah, and I think there was a shop you could go to. And I want to say that every time you left that shop, the owner would say something like, "Try not to die." Unless that was a different game I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember that specifically, but we could do the exact same thing where we watch part of the anime between sessions and just go along it.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? You know, at some point. Maybe not while we're doing the Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Yeah, probably not. I wouldn't want to have you like watching 2 to 3 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh and 2 to 3 episodes of Shaman King as homework. Okay, that was it, right? That was Taya beaten? That still wasn't too bad. I wonder if that first hit was like a crit or something, was it? Because that first hit took like half of the Dark Magician's health, I felt like.
I'm going to be honest. I was not paying attention at all to the fight.
I felt like I kind of was, but I didn't.
I genuinely don't know who took hits or not.
I don't remember seeing something saying crit or critical, but I do remember that first hit took like half of the Dark Magician's
Like, my
health.
eyeballs were not even focused on the screen.
That's fine.
Oh, my head. Where am I?
She snapped out of it, Yugi.
Tristan? Yugi? What am I doing here?
Also, if I ever voice Tristan kind of weird, which I think I've been doing the entire time, it's because his voice changes. I don't know if it's a different person or not. I don't think it is, but the way he talks. Near the very beginning, for the first few episodes, he talks kind of like this and kind of weird, and then he sounds a lot more serious later.
You're right. I didn't realize that.
He sounds more like this or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's true.
He sounds very nasally just at the very beginning.
Yeah, the very beginning. It's kind of got like...
Wow, Joey, you suck at this.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of caught in between them or something, I think, in my mind, whenever I try to voice him.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, am I... Like, yeah, I can hear him going like, Taya or Joey. I But yeah, when I'm thinking back, I do remember now. His first lines were like, "Hey, Joey."
It's like a, hey, Lois.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, Yugi. What am I doing here? Nothing, Taya. Nothing at all. You just had a nightmare, that's all.
Ah, yes, this is the one that it actually listed, was that Dark Elf joins the party after you beat this.
Yay.
Not a ton of gold, but we got gold for the bases. I don't know how much, but it should be good now. I should have a few thousand, like 4,000? 5,000, hopefully?
We haven't been spending it, so...
Yeah, should be pretty good. As Yugi fought to save Taya, the Imperial forces are busy trying to quell the rebellions that have started occurring throughout the Empire. Again. With the Imperial forces otherwise occupied, Yugi starts gathering his army and preparing for their counterattack. However, before they can complete their preparations, the Empire sends a unit to strike them down. Leading that unit is Joey, still under the mind control of Scott.
Unfortunately, we just found out that if you just beat the crap out of someone, you remove mind control effects.
I guess so. Or at least murder all their monsters. Yugi and friends are in for a difficult battle, and no one has any idea how it's going to end. Stay tuned next time. Okay. So we have her back. Good.
Oh, you have another martial slot. That means you can use me, Mako, right?
No. So we just got Dark Elf.
Oh, you have 7,000 gold.
Well, that's the cost.
All right, derp.
Oh yeah, I was gonna continue on that line of thought about like the cultural references. An interesting thing in Bleach is it has like two. It has like Mexican Spanish, and it has German and Egyptian references.
Huh. I know nothing about Bleach, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot about Bleach I don't know because okay, you're not going to know anything about this, but I believe I may have read, I don't know if I actually watched the anime, I may have read the manga like at the local library. I think I was near the end of like the invasion of Hueco Mundo or whatever, that like the Hollow Realm or something like that. So I think there's been a lot since then. So I only know like up to that point, and even then there's probably a lot of stuff I've forgotten. Do you remember when you played like one episode against Shadow Wolf of the Bleach game? There was that...
No.
Okay.
I vaguely remember a Naruto game.
You played both of them the same day.
Yeah, that's probably why.
There is like a tall, dark Mexican dude who had like a fist-covering weapon that he punched with. He was Mexican, I believe.
I don't remember.
Sato, I think? Or Chad? I think both are his name for some reason. I don't remember. And then there's the archer dude. No, I don't remember his name. The archer dude, I think his whole clan is German. And then there's this one particular group of the... What are they called? The Soul Reapers or whatever, like the ones in Soul Society or whatever they're called. One particular group, there's like the scientist guy who has like a very Egyptian-looking headpiece or whatever. And I think also two of his group members seem like they're kind of Egyptian-inspired. Or no, wait. Not his group members. A different group member. A different group's members. Do you remember the guy with the really weird spiky hair? Like the really long spikes that went backwards? And he was like massive.
Not ringing a bell, I'm sorry.
I think he has an eye patch as well. I think his two group members were kind of Egyptian-inspired looking as well. Yeah, random tangent, sorry. You don't know any of this.
I think Bleach, there's like maybe some blunt, spiky-haired guy with a big sword.
Yeah, that's the main character, Ichigo. Yeah, I'm actually starting to lose my memory of the names. For some reason, I had them on point for like the longest time, I think. Even though I hadn't seen it in a long time. Actually, wait, the archer is Uryu Ishida?
That's not German, I can tell you that.
Yeah, definitely not, but I think he was...
I'm just teasing.
The guy with the spiky hair whose two squad members were Egyptian-like. I think the leader was... Zerachi? Something. I don't know. Yeah, it's been so long.
By the way, what happens if you like spend all your money? Like, can you not go into the next level? Because it costs money to send marshals?
I think because... I think it's probably programmed to give you enough gold that no matter how many you bring, you'll probably still come out with a little bit, but that might be why I'm getting so little, is because I believe their cost goes up with level.
And it's like automatically making the deduction, and what's left over is the
small amount that it says I get at the end. Yeah. Alright, so I have Dark Elf. I don't know if I should replace anyone in particular. You have the status effect thing, which is really good. I guess I can worry about it later, but then, also Celtic Guardian can be put somewhere, maybe. Maybe I should replace Maneater Bug. I don't know if he's gonna get anything good. And then I wouldn't mind maybe replacing Robotic Knight, just because I'm not that invested into him.
Aw, but
personally.
He's cool.
I don't know, to me he's not cool, I don't know. If you want him, I can keep him. Alright, I guess I should worry about that later, because it's pretty much time to end the episode. There's a lot of stuff still we had to talk about for episode 26 and 27 of the anime, but we can talk about that next time, I guess. Yeah, sure. Which is surprising because we didn't have to focus that much on the game. But we found other things to talk about.
Yippee!
Yeah, that was pretty good. It's better than the times where we have to focus so much we just can't really talk or we can't think of stuff, but oh well. So we will end this here for now, and we will continue this next time.
So, dear viewers, goodbye for now.
Goodbye.